Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. It always seems impossible until it's done. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Do not judge me by my successes, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. It is better to lead from behind and to put others in front, especially when you celebrate victory when nice things occur. You take the front line when there is danger, then people will appreciate your leadership. Difficulties break some men but make others. No axe is sharp enough to cut the soul of a sinner who keeps on trying, one armed with the hope that he will rise even in the end. I am fundamentally an optimist. Whether that comes from nature or nurture, I cannot say. Part of being optimistic is keeping one's head pointed toward the sun, one's feet moving forward. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, or his background, or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love, for love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. I dream of an Africa which is in peace with itself. To deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. I have walked that long road to freedom. I have tried not to falter. I have made missteps along the way, but I have discovered the secret that after climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. Courageous people do not fear forgiving, for the sake of peace. Respect for the rights of others means peace. Freedom cannot be achieved unless women have been emancipated from all forms of oppression. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Do not let your past dictate who you are, but let it be part of who you become. When a man has done what he considers to be his duty to his people and his country, he can rest in peace. Our human compassion binds us the one to the other, not in pity or patronizingly, but as human beings who have learned how to turn our common suffering into hope for the future. Lead from the back and let others believe they are in front. Education is the great engine of personal development. It is through education that the daughter of a peasant can become a doctor, that the son of a mine worker can become the head of the mine, that a child of farm workers can become the president of a great nation. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy, then he becomes your partner. What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. I stand here before you not as a prophet but as a humble servant of you, the people. Your tireless and heroic sacrifices have made it possible for me to be here today. I therefore place the remaining years of my life in your hands. A good leader can engage in a debate frankly and thoroughly, knowing that at the end he and the other side must be closer, and thus emerge stronger. You don't have that idea when you are arrogant, superficial, and uninformed.